Hello there, the name's Josh, and Freddy Fazbear just turned 7. That's almost as old as the child jammed in its torso. Anyway, I'm leaving out all the nitty-gritty details here and making a few out-there claims for the sake of time. I promise there's precedent and evidence for it, but it's just not here. If you want the full story, check out these 2 videos I already made. Here we go. So, sometime in the 70s, lifelong friends Henry Emily and William Afton created Fredbear's Family Diner together, a restaurant that used animatronics to entertain kids. They invent this type of suit that you can wear, but also holds a robot skeleton inside, so they can easily swap between a mascot suit and a robot entertainer. They're called Springlock suits. In 1983, one of William's sons, Michael, shoves his other son, Evan's head into Fredbear's mouth. Evan's head gets crushed and he dies in a hospital bed. His spirit possesses the Fredbear robot, but we'll get back to that. Racked with grief, William vows he'll do anything to get his son back. Through his research, he finds out about Remnant, an element that manifests when there's a large amount of agony in one spot. Turns out an easy way to get that Remnant is by killing kids! Henry decides to stop being William's friend around this point, I wonder why, and he builds a puppet animatronic to keep his daughter, Charlotte, safe. William's able to kill her anyway, and her spirit possesses said puppet drone. The year is 1985, and at this point Fredbear has been replaced with Freddy Fazbear and his colorful cast of friends, but those Springlock suits are still in the back room for safekeeping. William, still conducting Remnant research, slips on a Springlock suit and kills 5 more kids. The Charlotte-possessed puppet happens to be an attraction in this pizzeria, so she slips the bodies into the 4 main character suits, giving them life. The last body is put in the Fredbear suit and is now co-piloting it with Evan's spirit. But the name Fredbear has been scratched out of existence after the bite, so now the character is known only as Golden Freddy. William gets caught on tape, gets arrested, but is later released because they couldn't find the bodies. Thanks, Charlotte. Anyway, the rotting corpses stink up the place and it gets closed down for health code violations. In 1987, they try to open a new location with a new set of animatronics. The original old 5 are still in the back room. But by the end of the week, William stopped by and killed 5 more kids, who all inhabit the 5 new animatronics there. They get aggressive and bite off the frontal lobe of night guard turned day guard Jeremy Fitzgerald. The place closes down immediately. This point onwards, solid dates aren't really a thing and they aren't really important, so I'll just put a vague year range or something in the corner. Sometime after that, William gets tired of risking getting caught every time he kills kids, so he builds a new location with new animatronics specifically designed to kill kids for him, Circus Baby's Pizza World. The one problem being that William's youngest kid, Elizabeth, accidentally gets killed by Circus Baby on the first day of admission. So William closes up shop and relies on an underground facility to rent out these kid killers to parties. Years later, another attempt at a Freddy Fazbear location is thrown out there using the same original 5 robots that were stuffed in 1985, and surprisingly, nothing awful to our knowledge happens there. It just kinda closes down after a while without any incidents. But once it does close down, William sends his oldest kid, Michael, to free Elizabeth, who is possessing Circus Baby in the underground facility, but we'll get back to that. While Michael does that, William goes to the now closed Freddy's location and dismantles all the animatronics and hopes to use them to find out more about Remnant in their parts. This instead sort of frees the children's souls, who scare William into hiding in his trusty Springlock suit, but the robot skeleton inside snaps into place, giving him a slow and painful death. The 5 kids' souls pass on, but of course,
I always come back.
So, through Remnant, he just holds on in there for 30 years. Back to Michael. Baby and the other animatronics want to get out of the facility, badly. So they mash themselves into a megabody called Ennard, and trick Michael into getting his guts scooped out so that they can climb inside the hollow body and escape the facility. Michael's body starts rotting, so Ennard abandons ship. But like father, like son, Michael holds on through Remnant power. The rest of Ennard is pissed that Baby didn't think this through and kicks her out of the robot body they all shared. Michael hides away from the world and swears that one day he'll find his father. 20 to 30 years later, some schmuck opens up a horror attraction based on the crimes in the Freddy's locations. They find Will's body in the old pizzeria and use him as an attraction. Michael's the night guard for this place and burns it down to the ground in hopes of killing his dad, but they both survive. Even further into the future, Henry, remember him from the start, builds a big fake Freddy's pizzeria to lure in all the haunted robots and loose ends still out there. William, Michael, Baby, Ennard, and the puppet. They all fall for the bait and Henry burns the building to the ground with everyone, including him, in it. And everyone dies. Except William. William is kept alive by one of the spirits in Golden Freddy, the one that's not his son. Her name is Cassidy. She holds him in a never-ending hellscape where he fights off the series' most famous characters. Until, of course, William's charred, mangled corpse explodes in the middle of a Fazbear warehouse, causing his spirit to possess some old circuit boards. You know, like you do. Even more years after all that shit went down, Fazbear Entertainment hires an indie game dev to make video games based on the rumors surrounding their brand. Games like these ones! And it all culminates with this new VR game. The one problem being that when making the game, the team behind it unknowingly scanned in the gunky Afton circuit boards. Because of this, he's able to manifest in the game. A beta tester by the name of Vanessa gets sort of possessed by William. He's just kind of chilling out in her brain and pushing her to commit evil acts. And that's all, folks. Next game coming out in 2020. Early 2021? Late 2021? sometime soon.